Welcome to yet another Overexplained video of mine. Today we are playing Snake in a Snake Stag Hounds matchup against Raven Snake Hounds. That means right from the get-go, if you take a look at the lobby, it's going to be an 801 game. So what we will do here, we will scout very early. We are taking a look at the fog of war and we see middle. And what you want to do here in a stag game, you want to help the stag secure the middle. Stag gets resources for each 200 fame it gets, and middle gives you 50 fame instantly, meaning middle is super strong for stag. And since stag might be able to get middle, the other team will not be able to reach the middle to get the middle as well. Right now, I'm debating to burn the food and the lore tile. I debated because maybe there might be a better tile in the neighboring tiles as well, but it was super unlikely because usually you only have like 1 or 2 food tiles in your first circle anyway. And I was right, there was only 1 food tile here. The other 2 tiles were, funnily enough, empty stone tiles. And I'm sending my scout towards the stag in order to help him with the middle. While I do so, after burning, I click in a tile, press X once, so the animation stops, she stands at the border, and then let her attack the wolf, and I'm getting out without getting attacked. So, scouting for the middle here for the stag, like I said, boosting the stag for middle, also clearing the wolves on my side. And then I will place my house on my main instead of the tile besides that, because we are in a raven game, meaning the enemy raven will be able to raid our coast tiles even without 500, and especially only our coast tiles. The raven would need 500 fame in order to raid our main, which is very unlikely, and that is why I'm building the house on the main. Right now, if we're taking a look at the spawn, we have at least 2 coasts. We haven't scouted the tile in the far back, but we will do so after helping the stag with the middle. And that means we will go for 2 docks in order to get a strong 801 convert. The setup here is most likely going to be full 801. So what we will do here, we will go for a very big convert in 801. We will prepare the foxes, go for 50 military XP for the foxes. We're not building anything yet, we're just saving up on food. Then we build our woodcutter right when we're about to hit the lower sharp axes. And once we helped the stag with boosting middle, we will send the scouts back, scout our ruins, and scout the tile in the back. So we're sending our scouts back at approximately 90%. We will also micro our villagers so that they are not wounded when the wolf attacks, because wounded villagers are less effective in summer and in winter. And obviously our scouts will now go and finish the tile in the back, and we're about to drop a dock. If you are going for upgrades, if it's going to be an early 802 game, you would go for a stone mine here. Since this is not an 802 game by any means, this is gonna be an 801 game, we're not going for stone upgrades. If you want to play greedy, you can go for greedier lures, but I would not advise you to go for upgrades in a very greedy 801 game. The clan that is allowed to be greedy here is your stag, so you are an enabler for both your stag and your hounds. You help your hounds with the neutrals, you help them clear the elves, you prepare the elves for them, you help them on the map by converting soon, by converting like very early, and then you can play greedy. Not before that. If you are playing greedy and your whole team plays greedy, you will lose the game. You don't want to do that. So in this case, going full 801, meaning we will have to drop an early dock. We also have a better tile to burn in front, so the 4 wolves on the fish iron tile. This tile is better for us because it has iron and fish instead of lore and food. And we only need to burn this iron tile once in order to forge ourselves. And the only thing we really want to forge are our skirmishers anyway. So this is the tile that we want to burn later on. Since the hounds is not able to clear that before July, we will burn our lore food tile first. And that also means that we are basically playing without food buildings entirely. This is the only food that we have access to in our first circle. And since we have to burn that, we're not able to take this tile. I can, however, take this tile very soon, because this is the last time that I burned that. Because I want to burn the iron tile later on. So we unlocked Rapacious Exploitation. Our Zini gathers resources in that burnt tile. And that is also why we are building a skirmisher camp in order to hire a bodyguard. Because the bodyguard is collecting resources there for free as well. So, dock built, bodyguard hired, bodyguard will collect resources as well. We can also assign a loremaster to this newly colonized lorestone. And now we can also prep the wolves as well as the joggers for the hounds. Hounds already on his 2 zergs, and it is our job as Snake to tank for the units. We have an inbuilt heal with the Rapacious Exploitation, which is really great, and that means that we can easily like prepare some mobs, we can tank some mobs. Just make sure to not lose your bodyguard, because your bodyguard unit is very valuable. It collects resources and it is nice to kite things. And it's basically a unit that doesn't cost any upkeep because the bodyguard's not eating any food. But yeah, with the snake you want to prepare ASAP. You want to prepare as much as you can. Stole one wolf, but that happens sometimes. And we're going to clear this fox as well. Make quick work of it in order to yeah, keep healing. We don't heal on a Rapacious Exploitation tile if there are enemy units standing there, so you want to get rid of enemy units raiding that tile ASAP. And yeah, we're going to take another tile as well, because that's basically the only breakout tile that we have that's useful. There's a sheep here, so we're going to do that. We're hovering the shipwreck tile because hounds might want to clear that shipwreck tile later on, and the shipwreck tile is also the tile that we want to take later 100%, because the shipwreck tile, I mean, a shipwreck obviously 200 wood plus 100 coins, it's super useful. We don't want to kill that wolf because hounds wants to collect the soul there maybe, but we want to prep it. And here comes our first stolen lore. We could steal Bloodthirst from the hounds, we could steal the stag's food preservation. We don't want to steal both. The first lore that we actually want to steal here is the journeyman of the enemy's raven. And by stealing I mean that we don't click the stolen lore, but we click the button at the bottom and then click journeyman afterwards. We want to click the button clan knowledges and then steal the journeyman from the enemy raven. We can only do that if we scout the enemy raven. So we need our stag to scout the enemy raven first. But here's why the 200 fame plus getting middle comes in handy. The stag has 240 fame already, and with each 200 fame it gets 5 stone. Meaning it is very close to getting upgraded scouts. And that's great for not only the hounds, which wants to clear a lot, or the hound clan wants to clear a lot, but it's also great for me because I want to steal the enemy raven's journeyman. So that's why I'm waiting with the lore right now. I could pick weaponsmith here, but there's honestly just a bunch of lores that I want to steal, mainly the journeyman of the raven. And second of all, I want to steal the field rations from the wolf, because I have to convert early and I have to run around with a lot of army without dying or without starving. Or at least not without the risk of dying and starving. So we are burning the food iron tile now. We want to burn that tile twice in order to forge ourselves. And yeah, now we're just chilling. You have to work both of your sailors in winter. Having a sheep for reduced wood upkeep is great too. And with the help of the shipwreck, I do not even need to go for a second woodcutter. I can just go for camps. I'll have 300 wood with the shipwreck, and this will be enough to get down a bunch of camps. So this is basically the build. This is the classic 801 build. double feast in 800. The stag was the one feasting here. Try to boost your stag as much as you can. I think I wanted to tile transfer the swamp, but I didn't because I would have lacked the tile space, but I could have. So try to enable your team as much as you can with snake, and then try to match the enemy snakes or the enemy teams convert and apply as much pressure as you can. You apply pressure by two things. You can either go on the enemy's tile and just try to take tiles, or you apply pressure by clearing the map and getting a military XP for either yourself or for your clear clan. Getting military XP is great. Your clear clan usually gets something out of it. Your Lynx gets pals, your Berserker, your Wolf clan, not only your Berserker, your Wolf clan, gets a bunch of resources, namely coins and food from the map, and the Hounds get souls. And as soon as you enable your Hounds, and if the enemy Hounds is stronger, if your Hounds is stronger than the enemy Hounds, that's great for you. So this is why you want to enable. And you want to convert early. Obviously, I'm dropping camps. I'm not finishing the camps. I'm even scouting for my Hounds. I scouted up another boar because that is what you have to do as well. You have to scout in order to enable. Checking the giants if the enemy Raven is going for giants, because that usually means that he's playing super greedy. Enemy Raven is not going for giants here. And yeah, now we are about to finish some camps. And obviously, once we burned a second time, we can finally forge our skirmishers as well. We are a little bit late with the skirmisher forge. That is not a problem though. We scouted up the giants, so that means that we can destroy our scout camp. Everything on our side is scouted. The rest will be scouted by the stag, as well as the upgraded scout camp by the stag. And here's the only thing that's needed. You want to go for forge. You want to forge your skirmishers and then convert all of your population basically into skirmishers. So this is 801. The enemy Raven will be scouted in a second. We will prepare the elves. This is really nice. You can just go out of a tile, go back in, hit once, and the enemy elf will only hit you once. And this way you're almost not getting damaged at all. And then the Hounds can just clear up the elves afterwards, collecting the souls as well as collecting all the additional resources by killing the elves. So Hounds right now on 4 Berserkers, 1 Berserker each. I told him that he can go for the elves soon. He's on 6 elves. This elf camp is very easily clearable by the Hounds. So I'm preparing all the elves for him. One of them is severely wounded, so it's basically only 5 elves left here. And once I prepared them enough, I will burn my iron food tile one last time and then forge my skirmishers with the acquired iron. Obviously, elf on main, I have to defend that with my population. Dropping one villager like that was not ideal. If I would have been able to save that villager, I would have done so. This will also be the first villager that's gonna be converted into a skirmisher. But as you can see, the Hounds now has no problem killing these elves, even without my help. I do not have to tank or run around. I can just keep standing on my rapacious exploitation tile. Hounds has cleared the elves, reaches 200 fame in the process. I'm forging my skirmishers, we have a pause coming. And the only thing that you want now is to finish all of your camps and then convert all of your population into skirmishers. And with the camps that I have right now, these would be enough to convert 12. Maybe I could have went for 14, so I'm going for another camp. I'm converting my 1 wounded villager to a skirmisher, because that skirmisher will produce food as well in my rapacious exploitation tile. But I can already stop my docks. You can see the green dots on the map as well as the purple dots. And I see it is indeed the snake that helped the Hounds with the Miklagard. Not Miklagard, with the elves. Murkalfar. That is the right term. And that means I have to convert as well. It's always nice to be ready to convert, like almost at the same time, but slightly afterwards, because that means that you were able to eco a little bit longer compared to the other snake. But yeah, here comes the true play. I think the enemy could have done so as well, but we're going for middle here. So what we do is I enter middle, I tank a little bit, and I try to gift some military XP to the hounds. Maybe I get a Valk or two as well in order to reach my 500 military XP. And yeah, we get middle entirely, which is insane. This is such a nice boost for us. We are done with the forging. We are not destroying our forge though, because maybe we want to burn our iron again. Maybe we want to forge our shield bearers to get a tankier Zigni. Each upgrade, each forging upgrade on our Zigni is very, very good for us. And yeah, now I can see that the enemy hounds wants to get these bears, trying to contest him. He has to go back, so he's a little bit scared. But I'm just posturing because the enemy purple snake is in my back. And now it's basically just us dancing around, and maybe the snake will make the first mistake. I see that the enemy Zigni is severely wounded, and the bodyguard is wounded. Two of my skirmishers are wounded, so we are in a great position. We are slightly healthier. And the enemy snake is over pushing. We are one berserker up. Snake is just standing there. And we take the bad enter, but this is a nice tile to fight on, because we can just go back and tile dance, and they really can't. Enemy hounds drops out, we wipe everything. Our hounds is just one zerk up, we wipe the snake, and that will be GG, because enemy went all in as well. They lost the all in, we defended this nicely, and yeah, that is GG. So in order to match the 801, especially against Raven, you just play for 801 as well. You converge big. In this case, I converted 12, which is very standard with such a spawn. But that early in 801, that was the game here. So I hope you enjoyed my overexplained commentary. These are the stats. Like I said, same amount of coins, just slightly later full convert on my part. But enemy snake was able to get journeyman right from the get-go because the raven was scouted. Enemy snake didn't boost middle. Enemy snake didn't prepare Milkalfar, and they didn't get middle. So this was a win in my book. I'm also writing that in the chat right now. And yeah, my stag played this brilliantly, just scouting just like the raven for us and for the hounds. And my hounds just converting one more berserker compared to the other hounds. So make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.